All right, so first things first, we're going to be going over the back squat as well as rig safety. So a lot of us have been squatting and doing stuff already, but just some reminders on a couple of things. So the first thing I want to talk about are our 3 barbells that we have. And all this information is up here, right? The hashtag or the pound sign is pounds. So we have 3 bars. You have your short silver one. That's going to be a 15-pound bar, typically a trainer bar. You have your copper bar, 35, and your longer silver is going to be 45. Now, in sport, typically the 35-pound bar is for people that identify as female. The 45-pound bar is for people that identify as male. The reason for this, more than anything else, are the sizes of hands. Typically, males have larger hands than females, and so the width of the bars are different. But for you all, choose any of the bars that you feel are the best for you. Just know that this one can't handle a lot of weight once we start packing on that weight on the bars. So be thinking about that. So we're going to be going over the back squat. But before that, I want to go over some safety stuff real quick. The biggest safety thing, because we are going to be loading these bars with weights. You all go ahead and stay over here. Big thing, and I always have somebody that forgets, and I just always hope that we are safe, but we want to be thinking about how we're loading and unloading the bar. You always want to go one plate, next plate. You want to go side to side. And the reason for this is if you're not going side to side and you're just loading weight on one side, there's going to come a point where one side's not going to be able to handle it. You're going to get those weights on, and then hopefully somebody's not on that side of the bar getting knocked in the chin. Hopefully somebody's not on this side of the bar with all these weights or the bar landing on their leg or on them, right? So I always do this for a little bit of like a shock and awe at the beginning. But just know, I always have one person that forgets, and this happens. What we can hope for is that people aren't standing around it. So always make sure to add on weight and take off weight evenly off of each side. That's my one little bit of shock and awe for you all. But let's talk about the back squat. So, first thing we want to be thinking about are our J-hooks. When we're doing these J-hooks, and this is going to be the position of the J-hook, no matter what we're doing, back squat, front squat, overhead squat, strict press, push jerk, push press, split jerk, from the rack, it's the same exact height. What you're going to do is you're going to stand next to the J-hooks, and you want to make sure that the bottom is at your shoulder, right in the middle. That's going to be the perfect height. You don't want it too low, because then you have to do a little squat to get the bar up. You also don't want it too high, because we don't want to go on our tippy toes when we're lifting weights. So the first thing we're all going to do today is make sure that it's where we need it. Now for me, I know, I've used this a million times, I know that 7 is exactly where I need it to be. Every time, no matter what, 7 is my spot. The second thing that we want to do is take care of these. These are our barbell catchers, right? These are safety levers. These ones have them on the inside. Those ones have them on the inside. When we're squatting on the inside of these two. On this one, you're obviously going to be right here. After you and your partner get this set up in terms of height, we then need to think about where do we want these barbell catchers. So each of you are going to stand, get into your good squat form. You're going to go down, and you want to make sure that the levers are just below your shoulders as well. I don't want my barbell hitting this. And I'll be explaining why that's going to be important in just a moment as well. So once we get these all set up, then I'm going to ask you all to take out one of the 3 barbells. And you're going to get it situated on your rig. Now, before we get into actual back squatting, safety stuff. Number 1, if you are lifting whatever you're lifting, if you're lifting, only focus on the lift. If we have somebody coming too close or this or that and they get hit with the bar as you're lifting, that's their fault for not paying attention. During first period today, after explaining all this, I did have somebody not paying attention. Somebody started squatting and it nailed them in the head. Luckily, it was a blank barbell. It wasn't too hard, but you gotta be aware. So if you're not lifting and you're walking around trying to grab weights, please be aware of your surroundings. Please be aware of everything around you. You're not going underneath a bar to grab stuff, right? You're going around. So be mindful of where you're at. For our back squatting, what I want everybody to do is take your hand and you have your neck. Everybody feel your neck? And at the bottom of your neck, there's going to be a big bump, right? That's going to be the beginning of your thoracic spine. You want the barbell right below that bump. All right, you want the barbell right below the biggest bump. Below the biggest bump is where the meat of your upper back muscles, your traps, are going to be able to sit nicely, and it's not going to cause any pain. Now, at other gyms, LA Fitness, Planet Fitness, all the other places, you will find some of these pads. The only thing I would say these pads will be useful for are for hip thrusts to protect your hips. We are not going to be using these because what these do is these allow you to get into a bad position for the back squat, right? Usually too high where that bar is on your neck. So we are all going to learn how to get a bar on our back properly without pain and without a little pad. So always right below that big bone there. Now, what we want to be thinking about is hands are the first and the last thing on the bar at all times. We're always facing in. So if I have somebody on the other side, we're making eye contact, right? We're always facing in. Over there, you're facing the wall. You're never going into the bar here because it's blind. You don't know where the bar is at. And even more so, if I go to put it back, I don't know where I'm at, right? So you always want to be facing in. Now, when I go to this, hands are the first thing on the bar. I'm not just leaning over to get the bar. I am stepping directly underneath the bar. From here, I go underneath. Find my good positioning. For me, it's automatic. I've done it thousands of times. For some of us, we might go, ooh, nope, that's my neck. Nope, that's my spine. Oh, that's too far. It's hurting my shoulders. And then you find that nice spot in the middle, making sure you're in the middle of the bar. On these bars, the knurling in the middle is exactly where the middle is at. So you know exactly I'm going to be here, and I just go directly underneath. For the other bars, it is full, smooth. So you have to make sure that your hands are even on the bar and that you go directly underneath. From here, for the squat, I'm going to stand up. I'm only going to take one step back. You don't need to take any more. The bar's not going to run into the rig. Always keep a full grip on the bar. I'm not letting go of it as I'm holding it. Full grip on the bar. And now I just do an air squat, but with a bar on my back. So hips go back and down. Knees are out. I'm going as low as I can go. Notice the bar is not hitting the catchers. Go right back up. Right? Up and down. And then when I'm done, take a step forward. Get the bar safely in there. My hands do not leave the bar until I know that everything is safe. That's going to be the back squat. We're also going to be practicing one more thing today. We're going to practice if the bar gets too heavy, what do? We're not going to be using spotters. Drop it. I hate using spotters, but there's a specific skill, a way, but I like that, exactly. Right? Spotters, a little bit rough for me because when there's somebody else that close behind you, anything can happen. Right? Maybe they sneeze on you, or they make you laugh, or they accidentally tickle you or something. I want to only focus on lifting. So no spotters. Only thing we spot is bench press. Only thing we're going to be using spotters for. So what's going to happen is this skill of mine is I get the bar on my back. I'm going to be going up and down. If the weight gets too heavy and I can't lift it up, all I'm going to do from here is my body goes forward, the bar goes backwards. Pop. Pop that bar off my back. I'm hinging those hips forward now, not back. And the bar gets caught right here. Everybody is fine. The knees might feel a little funky from hitting the ground, but that's the only thing. So what this looks like with the blank barbell. I'm up. Take my steps back. I'm in good positioning with my feet. I'm starting my squatting. Maybe on this last try I can't get it up, so what I do is go backwards. With that barbell, I go forwards. Everything's fine. Everybody is safe. All right? That's what we're going to be practicing. I'm going to show you one more time. Get that barbell. Going down. You can't get up. Barbell goes back. It's nice and caught on here. I'm safe. We're all good to go from there. You're all good. Thank you so much. I appreciate that.